Then the bright messenger who had brought me to heaven returned. "I have," said the angel, "a commission to return you to the earth, from where I took you, after first visiting the regions of the Prince of Darkness. There you will see the reward of sin, and what justice has prepared as the judgment of those who would exalt themselves above the throne of the Most High." To leave heaven for earth was extremely disappointing, but to leave heaven for hell turned my very heart within me. However, when I knew that it was God's good pleasure, I was a little comforted. So I said to my bright conductor, "That which God has ordered, I shall always be willing to obey. Even in hell I will not be afraid, if I may have His presence with me there." To this my shining guardian replied, "Wherever the blessed God grants His presence, there is heaven, and while we are in hell, He will be with us." Then bowing low before the Almighty's throne, swifter than thought, my guardian angel carried me on a speedy journey down through the heavens. When I saw the stars, I told my conductor that I had heard on earth that each one of these stars had their own worlds, but I would ask you to tell me the truth of the matter. To this my shining guardian answered, "To Him who is Almighty, there is nothing impossible. But from knowing that it is in His power to do this, to argue that it is His will, is no good logic in the school of heaven. We know what He pleases to reveal to us, and what He has not revealed are secrets locked up in His own eternal counsel. For anyone to inquire into these secrets would be but bold and presumptuous curiosity. There is no doubt that He can make as many worlds as He wants, but He has not yet revealed it to us, and it is not our duty to inquire." By this time we had come down to the lowest regions of the air. There I saw multitudes of horrible forms and dismal dark appearances, which fled from the shining presence of my bright conductor. I said, "These surely are some of the vanguards of hell, so black and so frightening are their forms." My conductor replied, "We are now upon the borders of hell, and these are some of the apostate spirits that wander around like roaring lions." Soon we were surrounded with a darkness much more black than night, and with a stink far more suffocating than that of burning sulphur. My ears were likewise filled with the horrible yelling of the damned spirits, which in comparison with would make the most discordant notes on earth sound like beautiful music. "Now," said my guardian angel, "you are on the edge of hell, but do not fear the power of the destroyer. My commission from the imperial throne secures you from all danger. Here you may hear from devils and damned souls the cursed causes of their endless ruin. What you ask about them, they will answer. The devils cannot hurt you, though they would want to, for they are bound by Him that has commissioned me." We then came within hell's territories, placed in the caverns of the infernal deep, in the center of the earth. There, in a sulphurous lake of liquid fire, sat Lucifer upon a burning throne. His horrid eyes sparkled with hellish fury, as full of rage as the strong anger could make him. I saw that the demons that had fled from us as we approached from heaven had given notice of our coming. This had put all hell in an uproar, and made Lucifer release horrible blasphemies against the blessed God, with an air of arrogance and pride. "What would the Thunderer have?" said he. "He has my heaven already, whose radiant scepter this bold hand should bear. Instead of those never-fading fields of light, He confines me here, in this dark house of death, sorrow, and woe. What, would He take hell away from me too, that He insults me here? Ah, could I but obtain another day to try it, I would make heaven shake and His bright throne to totter. Nor would I fear the utmost of His power, though He had fiercer flame than these to throw me in. Although I lost the battle that day, the fault was not mine. No winged spirit in heaven strove better for the victory than I did. But ah," he continued with a changed voice, "that day is lost, and I am forever doomed to these dark territories. But it is still at least some comfort to me that mankind's sorrow waits upon me. And since I cannot fight against the Thunderer, I will make the utmost of my anger to fall on them." I was amazed to hear his ungodly speech, and felt compelled to say to my conductor, "How justly are his blasphemies rewarded!" What you have heard from this apostate spirit is both his sin and punishment. For every blasphemy he belches against heaven makes hell the hotter to him. We then passed on to see more sorrowful scenes. I saw 2 red souls being tormented by a demon. He was continually plunging them in liquid fire and burning brimstone, while at the same time they accused and cursed each other. One of them said to his tormented fellow sufferer, O cursed be your face, that ever I set eyes upon you. My misery is due to you. I may thank you for this, for it was your persuasion that brought me here. You enticed me. It was you who ensnared me into this. It was your covetousness, cheating, and oppression of the poor that brought me here. If you had been as good as an example as you had been a bad one, I might now be in heaven. Oh, what a fool I was! When I followed your steps, you ruined me forever. Oh, that I had never seen your face, or that you had never been born. The other wretch replied, And may I not as well blame you? Don't you remember how, at such a place and time, you enticed me to go along with you? I was minding my own business when you called me away, so you are as guilty as I. Though I was covetous, you were proud. Though you learned how to cheat from me, yet you taught me to lust, to lie, to get drunk, and to scoff at goodness. So, though I stumbled you in some things, you stumbled me as much in others. Therefore, if you blame me, I can blame you as much. I wish you had never come here. The very sight of you wounds my soul, by bringing sin afresh into my mind. It was with you that I sinned. O grief to my soul! Since I could not avoid your companionship on earth, oh, that I could be without it here. From this sad conversation I learned that those who are companions in sin upon earth shall also be punished together in hell. I believe this was the true reason why the rich man seemed so charitable to his brethren. Luke 16, verses 27 to 28. The reason he did not want them to join him in hell was because they would have increased his torments.